Before we begin with the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me out and encourage me to make more content similar to this one. Now without further ado, let's dive into the video. In 1996, Nintendo and Squaresoft created an RPG masterpiece that helped people like me who are unfamiliar with the genre gain an understanding and interest in the style of role-playing games. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars on Super Nintendo had anything you could ask for in a Mario game and more. It had an introduction to RPG game mechanics, familiar and new characters, a fun and familiar story, and Easter eggs for Nintendo and Squaresoft fans alike. This game was a masterpiece when it was released 27 years ago. All it could use at the time was updated graphics, and upon its success, a sequel. Over the past 27 years, we've had spin-off series for Mario RPGs with the Mario and Luigi series. My favorites are Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. These games over time have also made RPGs fun and challenging while not making things too complicated for people looking to dip their toes into this genre of games. These games fueled fans' desires for a proper sequel to the masterclass in games on the SNES or a remaster of the classic. In June 2023, their prayers would be answered in a Nintendo Direct. For me, hearing the tune to the opening in the SNES game gave me goosebumps as I knew something was coming, whether it was a remake or a sequel, and with a wave of a wand, I got my answer. Seeing this teaser trailer using the scenes from the opening as well as other cinematics from the game gave me goosebumps as well. This game has a special place in my heart as it was the last game my mother had bought for me before I got a job and started buying my own games for my own collection. And I still have the case and stickers from the video store it was purchased from. Damn, I miss video rental stores sometimes. By the time the trailer was done, I knew it'd be a long 5 months before this game would be in my hands, and seeing any trailers or reveal clips on YouTube would make the wait even longer. Once November 17th arrived, I knew I had to wait an additional 24 hours since I had to work the day of release as well, and once the 18th arrived, I felt like a kid at Christmas when I fired the game up. Upon booting the game up and seeing the opening movie done with beautiful modern graphics, I couldn't wait to start the gameplay. As I started the game, I found things felt virtually the same as they did in 1996. They just had a new coat of paint and some modern conveniences. For instance, in the lower left corner there's a momentum meter that fills up as you perform well-timed attacks and blocks, or as the game calls them, action commands. In the beginning of the game though, where it's just Mario and Malo, you get a Toad command when the meter is full, but when Geno is introduced, you will receive the triple attack command depending on who is in your party, and it will have various animations and moves depending on who is with you. Other quality of life improvements include a variation of a fast travel system when you acquire the map, but you can only travel to locations you've previously unlocked, as well as a storage chest in Mario's pad that allows you to store extra loot won from battles that won't fit in your inventory. Personally, I think they should just ditch the storage chest and allow the player to have unlimited storage on them, as well as a way to arrange your inventory would be nice, especially when it comes time to visit Mushroom Boy's shop in the seaside town later in the game. Also, having the exclamation point during battles to signal to you when to press the action command button was appreciated, especially when it came time to play the battles in the post-game content. Lastly, speaking of post-game content, that was enjoyable as well, as it gave you variations of select encounters with previous bosses for special weapons that you can take to the final fight with Smithy for a special alternate ending scene when you complete the game. I only have a few gripes with the game. One was random frame rate drops that occurred during the game. They weren't frequent, but they were noticeable here and there, especially after the Marrymore section of the game. Second is more of an improvement suggestion than a complaint. Like I said earlier, the storage box at Mario's pad was a welcome addition, but I'd rather see things go full Final Fantasy and give us unlimited storage of our items on us at all times, as well as the ability to rearrange items when it comes time to go to Mushroom Boy's shop later in the game. Next, I hope with this modern game we receive the modern convenience of DLC for the game. I'd like to see Luigi added as a playable character in the game, because as you travel through the game you come upon Star Hill, which has wishes of people that you can read on the hill. In the game, you see a wish on Star Hill from Luigi wishing to be like his brother Mario. This is an opportunity to grant his wish in DLC and create additional areas, quests, or missions that incorporate Luigi's character into gameplay. Lastly, I'd like to see a New Game Plus mode. My idea for this is simple: add a New Game Plus with harder enemies, increased difficulty, and a higher level cap on characters. It can work like this, for example. You start a New Game Plus mode and you restart the game with the level you finished the game with. Enemies scale up accordingly accordingly to character level, and as you meet your companions, they keep the level you finished up with as well. You could even have a Master Quest style of difficulty and allow all 5 characters to be on the screen at once. In regards to your weapons, they scale accordingly as well, and you just trade weapons in and out as you go. In conclusion, the Super Mario RPG Remake is a near-perfect recreation of a 27-year-old classic game. The worlds and characters look great, and with a patch for the frame rate issue as well as additional content support for this game, it would stand the test of time, much like its 16-bit counterpart. Hopefully this game has impressive enough sales to convince Nintendo and Squaresoft to collaborate on a proper sequel to this beloved game and renew its interest in this series of games as well as the Mario & Luigi series. This game deserves all the accolades it receives, and I hope it leads to a renewed interest in this franchise of games and leads to great games being created in the future. Until next time, my Koopalings, this is Grim Koopa signing off. If you liked what you just watched, like the video and subscribe to the channel. It'll help the channel grow and encourage me to make more content just like this.